Thank you, Bassett. Chairman of the Board of Directors of NUPEA, Mr. Ezra Odhiambo, the Board of Directors present, the Director of Public Prosecution, Mr. Renson Ingonga, all CEOs present and chairpersons of various organizations, my colleagues in NUPEA, good morning. My name is Winnie Dubai. I'm Director Strategy and Planning at the Nuclear Power and Energy Agency, and this is a great day for us at NUPEA, and we want to start by thanking you for being here. We really appreciate that you have come to launch this strategic plan with us and to celebrate the achievements that we have made so far. So I would want to take us through the journey that we have taken as NUPEA to develop this strategic plan, which started with the issuance of the guidelines, the 5th generation guidelines by the National Treasury. And I want to assure this gathering today that NUPEA followed to the letter the guidelines that were provided by the National Treasury. And it was a consultative process of members of staff at NUPEA, the management, and under the guidance of the board. I want to really appreciate the CEO for providing guidance with regard to giving the provisions within this strategic plan and even providing the resources, because as we all know, within the public sector, as we develop these strategic plans, there's a lot of activities, a lot of planning activities that require resources, and we want to thank the CEO for providing that. So I hope you all have a copy of the strategic plan today. Some hard copies have been provided as well as soft copies. And I want to just give key highlights of this strategic plan. And I want to start on page 22. If you could kindly move there with me. It is important for all of us to understand the mandate of the Nuclear Power and Energy Agency. And this is provided under the Energy Act 2019, Section 54. The mandate of the NUPEA is provided on page 22, and it is one, to be the Nuclear Energy Program Implementing Organization, and I'll be elaborating that shortly. And secondly, to carry out research and development and dissemination activities in the energy and petroleum sector. And based on that mandate, we did develop a vision which caters for the nuclear power aspect. It also covers for research and development coordination for the energy and petroleum sector, as well as the coordination of capacity building. And therefore, our vision is to provide sustainable, affordable, and clean energy solutions. And those energy solutions will be provided not just through the nuclear power, which will be a baseload and clean source of energy in our power mix, but it is also those clean energy solutions will come through innovative research that will bring up new ideas and new technologies within the energy sector. Capacity building is also very key for us, because as we know, the energy sector is quite knowledge intensive, and this remains the same for the nuclear power program. So we need an energy sector that is knowledgeable, and we have to have a clear knowledge management system to be able to sustain the knowledge within the sector and apply it for the good of our country. And therefore, based on that vision, our mission is to develop nuclear power, undertake research and capacity building in the energy and petroleum sector for socio-economic development. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to also further refer you to a section that I want all of us to remember today, and that is on page 40. If you can move to page 40 of your strategic plans. In order to be able to meet our vision, we have identified 6 strategic issues that will drive the implementation of this strategic plan. And these are associated with 6 goals, and this will be implemented through 6 key result areas. And these are really our pillars. And I want to urge all of you to take away this as part of what you take away today from this launch. The first strategic issue is nuclear infrastructure development. The nuclear power program in Kenya is implemented under the International Atomic Energy Agency milestone approach. This is a UN-guided approach in the development of any nuclear power program to ensure nuclear security, nuclear safety, and nuclear safeguards. So Kenya is following the best international standards in the implementation of her nuclear power program. So we have made it very clear within our strategic plan with clear strategies, with clear strategic objectives and activities that will ensure that all the 19 infrastructure issues that are identified in the IEA milestone approach will be clearly followed in a systematic way. One of those very key issues that we will closely be following as we implement this strategic plan is to ensure that we have national and international legislative framework to support the nuclear power program. Other than the local laws that may need to be amended to be able to efficiently implement the program, we are required to ratify safety and security conventions and protocols. And so the strategic plan before us has a very clear plan of ensuring that all the required legal and regulatory framework, both at national and international level, are acceded to and ratified by the country. There are also many other infrastructure issues, and I want to refer members to a detailed implementation matrix that you can look beyond this meeting because I have no intention to go through the detail. On page 50 of this strategic plan, you will get a detailed outline of all the activities, the targets for the 5 years, and clear resource allocation for the same. And you will be able to identify that we have been able to highlight the need for human resource capacity development. We have identified the need to put in place radioactive waste management facilities, the costing of the nuclear power program. All that is from page 50 of our strategic plan. The second strategic issue I'd want to speak to is stakeholder engagement and advocacy. As we carry out our nuclear development program, as well as research and development and capacity building coordination in the energy sector, we would want to ensure that we enhance the acceptance and support of these programs. And so our strategic issue number 2 is on strategic engagement and advocacy. We want to ensure that we have clearly identified, and within this strategic plan, you will notice we have identified our various stakeholder groups, and we have been able to clearly set out the strategies to engage these groups. The third strategic issue is energy research and innovation that seeks to enhance energy sustainability through research and innovation. And this is a mandate that is provided by NUPEA in the Act following the realization that our various organizations in the sector carry out independent research and development. And so there is need for us to have a coordinated approach to research and development and to bring the resources that we have within the sector together to be able to also build on the strengths of every organization. I'm very happy to see the CEO of KenGen here today. And an example that we be pushing forward is to ensure that KenGen and the Geothermal Development Company, even as they carry out their respective mandates with respect to geothermal exploration and development, then we should be able to identify with them the areas where we can be able to build that efficient utilization of the resources within the two organizations for the benefit of the sector and also the benefit of the country. Other areas are also related to human resource capacity development, and now I'm moving to strategic issue number 4. The same applies that our various institutions have been carrying out the aspect of capacity building independently. We realize that there are benefits to bringing this together, especially in areas of commonality across our organizations. And therefore, we want to be able to improve the human and institutional capacity in the sector. Something else that has not been well streamlined is that we do not have certain infrastructure to be able to commonly build the capacity for the energy sector. And so we want to ensure that we have the knowledge management strategies for holding the sector together in terms of the capacity. The fifth strategic issue is on nuclear research reactor program. And for the goal for this is to ensure the timely deployment of a nuclear research facility. And what is a nuclear research facility? This is a research reactor that will use nuclear techniques, but it will not be used for generation of electricity. It is used for research and development, for education. It will also be used for production of radioisotopes, for use in medicine, and also in the industrial sector. One of the issues that we are very passionate about is to ensure that this research reactor will be deployed by the year 2030. It will be a game changer in the medical fraternity because we are proposing to present cancer diagnosis and cancer treatment options or that are not available in the country. You have noticed that there's a lot of travel for medical reasons because we do not have certain treatments within the country or diagnosis. So this nuclear research reactor facility that we are proposing to develop within this strategic period will bring about a game changer in the health sector, in the water sector because of the use of nuclear techniques for water resource management. We are also going to bring about radioisotopes for use in the industry. So this is a facility that will be a game changer, and it is going to be located at Konza Technopolis. I'm sure KOTDA is represented here, and we are very grateful that they have already allocated 65 acres of land for the use of putting up that research facility. On the same piece of land, we have proposed from the year 2027, as you can see from the implementation matrix, we are proposing to put up an energy laboratory that will also enhance the research and development within the energy sector. And so strategic issue number 5 covers very strongly the issue of the research reactor project that we will be able to commission in the year 2030. The final and very important aspect is institutional sustainability that is covered under strategic issue number 6. And in this, we seek to enhance the institutional capabilities of the organization to deliver its mandate. We want to leverage on ICT. We want to leverage on implementing management systems that will support the implementation of all the activities and programs within the agency. We want to enhance corporate governance, and we have been able to clearly stipulate the strategies that will enable us achieve this. So, ladies and gentlemen, our strategic plan today is based on those 6 key strategic issues, and I want to invite you to get into more detail, perhaps after our launch, so that you can be able to understand the issue of NUPER. So moving on, the other issue I want to speak about is on resources, and I'm very glad the PS is here. PS, State Department for Energy, karibu sana, Mr. Alex Washira, we're very happy to have you. And one of the key issues that we have identified in this strategic plan is the resources that we will require to implement all the activities that we have identified. And the total resource requirement for this strategic plan implementation is 36.23 billion. Of course, that means that we will have to be very proactive in resource mobilization and resource utilization. And in this strategic plan, we have also put in place the strategies towards enhancement of resource mobilization. And so, PS, we will also be calling upon your support so that even as we talk to various development partners and other partners, we shall be able to realize this goal to be able to get all the resources that we need for implementation. And finally, I would want to speak about the strategic themes that have again been identified in this plan, and this is to enhance the implementation of the plan. Each of the 6 strategic issues that I have identified and talked to you about have also are going to be implemented under the coordination of strategic theme teams, and all this will be under the management team headed by the Chief Executive Officer. So again, if you go to page 96 of the strategic plan, you shall be able to see the various teams that have been identified for this role. It will not be right to end without talking about our core values. What is the core value? The core value is really the DNA of an organization. And we have been able to identify our core values on page 23. In order to be able to achieve the aspirations of this plan, we also realize that we need the proper DNA to be able to work together, to be able to put excellence in all our work. And so we have five core values. The first one is safety culture. We want safety culture to be the cornerstone of everything that we do as an organization. We want to work as a team, to collaborate. We want to ensure that we have collective responsibility in all that we do, and to ensure that we leave nobody behind. So teamwork is also an aspiration that we want to really drive as part of the implementation of the plan. The next issue for us that is very key is agility. We need to be able to adopt, to respond, to be innovative. Now that we have a responsibility to coordinate research and development in this sector, we should be one of the most innovative organizations. And we have already seen a great job done within our sector. KenGen, Kenya Power, REREC, doing a great job in terms of innovation, but we want to ensure that we are agile enough to also lead this process within the sector. The fourth core value is integrity. It is so critical because we need to be honest, we need to be fair, we need to be transparent, and we want to be accountable for all our decisions, because that is the way we are going to build the confidence for Kenyans and also the sector, because we've been given some really, really key mandates to drive. And finally, we want to be excellent in all our operation. We shall be dedicated to excellence by continually improving our performance and upholding the highest standards of professionalism. And we want to put ourselves accountable to everybody who's in this meeting and state that we intend to keep to our core values in order to bring this organization to the proper place and to implement all the targets that we have set. And with that, I want to thank you for listening and looking forward to the rest of the program. Thanks again for being here. Thank you.
Let's give her another round of applause.